The audience is first introduced to a young woman aged between 17 and 18. I have framed the girl in the middle of the bed and I've chosen to have her in a red dress, as red is often associated with danger and promiscuity. I've chosen to have the main protagonist be a female because I wanted to challenge the traditional conventions of thrillers by having a female main lead. However, for the choice of a shot being an aerial shot, I've still conformed because this type of shot reflects her vulnerability and inferiority because the camera is looking down at her. The next shot of a little girl playing is quite ambiguous, as the audience are unaware who the little girl is, whether she's the main character's daughter, sister, or her when she was younger. This has led to the audience interpretation. As for example, if they believe it's her daughter, then they would view the character in a lesser way to if it was her when she was younger, because they would just assume she's a young teen mum. We are then quickly introduced to a male character dressed quite casually from his clothing. The audience can assume he is of similar age and is perhaps linked to her in some way. From the flashback, the audience can see that the male character is dominant in the relationship, as when he gets up, she feebly follows behind, conforming to the stereotypical gender roles and relations. From the sound of a little girl saying, "Why are you touching that?" the audience see the main character is fragile and confused through her hearing voices in her head. The use of titles breaking up the scene helps to fragment the narrative. Moreover, I chose to use a macho in action to really capture the character's fear and anxiety caused by the voice. I also like this particular shot because it showed the character to be free of makeup, truly capturing her innocence and making the audience empathise with her. This is also heightened through the use of a tilt shot, illustrating her fear. However, this also goes against the conventions of a thriller, as there is no knight in shining armour to come rescue her, as she is having to find out where the voice is coming from, and she is her own hero. I portray the little girl in my thriller to be quite haunting, as I've used her voice twice and made it sound eerie, and only shown flashes of her to illustrate who my main character is seeing and hearing in her head, whether it's the voice of reason or the ghost of her past. From the decor of the house, the audience can tell that this character comes from a well-off middle-class background. However, through the absence of photos and people, the audience can see and infer that she probably isn't at her home, or that she comes from a home that lacks love and warmth, as no one is there to answer her call.